What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Make sure you support by sharing, and subscribing. As some of you may know, I have the 2023 CBR650R, and today I will be installing my levers from TST Industries. I decided to get these levers because I've had really good experience with them in the past, getting parts, so I decided to go with them, and they are one of the only companies that make levers for this bike, so let's get into it. First, I'm going to start by adjusting the clutch cable because I have to loosen it in order to remove the clutch lever. Then I'm going to take out the bolt and the washer on the clutch lever. So check that out here.
My girl's on in that area. With 2 feet shut down the arena. You know one put us for corner. I'm on a danger making the trash be mental. My boss babe to pass your level. You're too sweet past sugar level. The party don't start till me and my girl show for the center. Me call man down. Turn it up. You must bring the heat. I know the feel.
The lever that TST Industries has is called Womet-Tech. So here you can see me putting the Womet-Tech lever on after taking my OEM lever off. First, I put the clutch cable into the lever, and then I slide the lever into place and just make sure that the holes on the bike itself, on the handlebar, line up with the lever so that I can put the bolt and the washer back on the handlebar. Once I noticed that everything was lined up, I greased the new lever so that it would be a smooth transition when I'm actually using the lever. You don't want to put a dry, so to speak, lever onto your bike because that part will scrape against the other parts on the bike. So you need that grease as like just a lubricant, kind of like your joints. When you are walking, just imagine if it was just bone on bone. I think that's called arthritis, but you don't want that for your bike. So you don't want to give your bike arthritis. After everything was lined up, I also put a little bit of oil on the bolt so that it goes in smoothly. And then I cleaned up the bottom of the bolt a little bit so that when I put the washer on, the washer doesn't slip or anything. And that is how the clutch is put on. So now let's move to the other side with the brake. I did the clutch first because the clutch is a little harder. As you can also see, the Womet-Tech lever has an adjuster so that I can move it closer to my hand or further away from my hand. I have little hands, so I'll probably have it on the closest setting. You also have to make sure you readjust the clutch cable on the clutch side just so you can have a comfortable ride and a safe ride when engaging the clutch when you want to shift up and down.
Drop it, get your life, calculate your price. To be left there, you ain't got nothing on me. Drop it, get your life, calculate your price. To be left there, you ain't got nothing on me. My girl gang, them my girl gang. Yeah, we run down them my girl gang. Where your girl gang. Ah yeah. My girl gang, them my girl gang. Yeah, we run down them my girl gang. Where your girl gang. Yeah.
As I mentioned, the brake side is so much easier. It's the exact same steps minus anything that has anything to do with the clutch. So we're going to get into it. On the brake side, you also have to remove the bolt and the nut at the bottom, or washer. I don't know. I'm going to call it a washer, even though I think it's a nut. Not exactly sure. But you remove the bolt at the top and then the washer/nut at the bottom. And you also have to make sure you have space to be able to do it. So I had to readjust my handlebars because I just didn't have the space that I needed to move the parts on the brake side. Once you do this process, you'll see what I'm talking about. But there's like, not wires, but there are hoses or something that's connected to other things on the handlebars. Look, I'm just here to tell y'all how to put the levers on. But you got to move that stuff out the way to access the bolt at the top to unscrew it. So that's what I did. And I removed the bolt. I removed the nut / washer. I think it's a nut. I don't want to call it that though, because I don't know if that's right. So I'm just going to use both words. Okay. Remove both of those. Take off the OEM lever and then put the Womet-Tech lever on. Now, with the brake lever, there's a little button that you might hear when you pull in on the brake. You should also hear that when you install the Womet-Tech lever. If you don't hear that, that means it's not properly placed. You need to hear that click because that will let you know that the brake will be engaged when you use the lever. So test it out before reinserting the bolt just to make sure. If you hear that, it's in proper placement. Then you have to put a little bit of lubricant, just like you did on the other side. You have to put a little bit of lubricant on the lever because you don't want to give your bike arthritis in the lever section, okay? So put lubricant there, insert the lever, and then put the bolt and nut / washer back on. Make sure that all of the, make sure the nuts, washers, and screws are placed in the exact same position that they were when you took them off.
Who you be? Make it come yarn something. Where you at? But I call me something. Carry the go, your love take go. Did you turn off the stereo? One time you see us for the corner. 2 times we 3 times for the center. Every time we walk out, got that lights going right. Turn it up. Turn it up.
You must bring the heat, the one I know the beats now.
Hurry up.
You must follow my lead now.
Drop it, get your life. Calculate your price. To be left and you ain't got nothing on me. Drop it, get your life. Calculate your price. To be left and you ain't got nothing on me. My girl gang. Them my girl gang. Yeah, we run down them my girl gang. Where your girl gang.
Now that everything is installed, I tested it out to make sure the brakes were engaged, the clutch works properly, and I set the settings on the levers to the comfort of my hands. I hope this helped. Now that the levers are on and I've set them to the settings of my hands, I can go out and ride. They look really good. I enjoy doing this because I've never installed my own levers. So I'm really proud of myself. And in the making of this video, I have ridden my bike with these levers for about 2 weeks, a week and a half, something like that. And they are really good, really comfortable. I got shorty levers because I have small hands. So it's basically like a regular lever to me. But I am partial to shorties, so that's what I got. I hope this video was helpful. If you like this content, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see y'all on the next one. Peace.